everyone, and welcome to the online intervention of English 11B, Reading and Writing. Today's discussion is about explicit and implicit claims and type of claims. Let's start. So for you to become a critical reader, it's very important to determine the information which is explicitly and implicitly provided by the writer. So before we proceed, let us first define explicit claim and implicit claim. When we say explicit claim, those are the ideas that are directly stated in the text. So those quoted lines can also belong here. Meanwhile, when we say implicit claim, these are the ideas that are implied or suggested. And when we are talking of implicit claim, reading between the lines may be included. So this is the hidden meaning of the text or what the author is implying in the text. And of course, in determining explicit and implicit information, you are also identifying the claim of the author. But what is a claim? So this is the central point or the main argument of an author. It gives the writer focus since it provides details, explanations, and evidence to prove it. In effect, the reader can either accept or reject the claim based on the soundness of the argument, the logic behind the explanations, and the adequacy of the evidence provided in the text. In this situation, it's like you are the judge and the author is the lawyer defending his or her client by giving evidences, by giving proofs, and you are the judge to decide whether the claims are acceptable or not. So here are the three types of claims. The first is claim of fact. So this makes a claim that is debatable using factual evidence. This also tells what is and what is not. So fact or claim of fact can be verified as either true or false, no matter how intense the claim is. So let's have examples. First, smoking is not dangerous to one's health. Marijuana is not a drug but a medicine. Global warming is a deterrent to economic growth. The heavy traffic along EDSA is a perennial problem which seems impossible to resolve. So all of this are claims of fact, since all of this can be either true or false, but depends on a certain fact. Next, we have claim of value. So this argues that something is good or bad, or that one thing is better than the other. So claim of value emphasizes which condition is better, more important, or more desirable. So this claim also gives the idea of good and bad. Let's have examples. It is better to give than to receive. Women are better leaders than men. Filipinos are the best workers in the world. It is better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. So as you can see, all of these claims are emphasizing which is better or which is more important. Next, claim of policy. A claim of policy argues that certain conditions should exist or that something should or should not be done in order to solve a problem. So claims of policy are statements which call for a specific action to be taken as solution to a particular problem. So most of these claims are being introduced by modals such as should, must, and ought to. Let's have examples. Given the rising criminality rate, we should implement the death penalty. The school should never impose an English-only policy, for it is anti-patriotic. Abortion should be legalized in the country. Any form of gender discrimination must be severely sanctioned. So, as you notice in the examples given, all of this contain the modals introduced earlier. So there. Before we end this discussion, I hope you can still recall what we mean by explicit and implicit claim. Okay? How about the three types of claims? There. Thank you for listening, and I hope you understand our discussion. So in case you have any questions or clarifications, please don't hesitate to ask me. That's all. Thank you and God bless.